腹が減った。
And hello, and welcome back to When I Have Time to Record on Fate Hollow Ataraxia. Let's continue. Let's not waste any time.
はい今、なんと
I'm hungry. I'm hangry. I could go for a steak or maybe, I don't know, an underage child if this is going how I vaguely remember it. No, I might cut that out. I might cut that out. That is not the best thing to say out of context, especially considering there's no music backing, which means that could just get clipped in the worst possible way. Okay, let's just continue.
唐突だけど腹が減った。恵んでよ、シスター。
あなたは何を
Planning to do, or I don't know, something cute along those lines. Not like it even needs saying at this point.
何って。今からあんたを食おうと思う。
I assume this is sexual, or maybe I'm assuming too much stuff about this series at this point. It's quite simple, really. I'm hungry, so I want nourishment, magical energy. Oh, hey, that's come up before. The woman correctly grasped that this is what I'm trying to say. I know exactly how she's going to answer, even if I wish I didn't. The white flower always lets herself get dyed by some other color.
なぜ以前は望んでいないと言いました。
さあな。腹が減ったから食う。食欲ってのはそういうもんだ。俺は単に。
I've just become unable to resist something any longer, so I'm gonna eat this woman.
正気ですか。そういう意図で私に触れるとどのような結果になるか分かっているはずですが。
Well, I mean, even you being remotely near, shouldn't you be getting those feelings too? That feels like the most horrid, like when you're talking about consent and shit like that, that's like a curse, basically. Of course I'm aware. If I lay a finger on the woman out of hunger, she'll react to my possession and be injured, and I'll be injured. I might be able to feed on her magical energy, but I'll take a ton of damage at the same time. That's the logic of it. That's the rule. Normally, I'd probably die. What's more, the skies I went to all the trouble to keep up for so long would be torn off, leaving only hideous remains. Like the shadows. Do you really believe I'm worth that much? That's what the woman is saying. That's what the flower is saying. Deliberately avoiding the question with my back still turned.
腹減って死にそうなんだよ。細かいことはどうでもいい。求められれば何人も拒まずなんだろ、シスター。
I smile nastily as I speak, another meaning hidden behind my words. That's the way you live your life. The only source of pride and hope you've been able to get your hands on until now, right? Come on, white flower. Answer me. I dare you.
わかりました。
She answers curtly. Her voice is half sullen and impulsive resistance to my provocative implications. And it's half steeled, a show of courage mixed with pride and childishness. I turn and face the woman with her half and half expression. I drag her by her bandaged arm and head up the stair. Okay, is this really gonna go there? I have this. I mean, I don't have the mature content censored. Well, I'm interested to see what happens here. I climb the narrow staircase up to the woman's room. Just as I expect, the room is gray and lacking any interesting features. It could get, they could decide not to, but given the audience this let's say this series is typically made for, that would probably, them implying that they're going to go for it and not going for it feels like it would be a bigger kick. Well, I was going to say kick to the balls, but that feels like the wrong thing to say.
つまんねえ部屋だこと。
I wonder if it's the same as what the priest had. And then again, this place is all sort of torn up, so who knows?
しかし、そうか。 あの明かりはあんたの部屋のものだったのか。そう上品ぶるなよ。あんたここから見てたんだろ。エミやシローが串刺しにされるのも、体中食い荒らされるのも、ゴムまりみたいな生首になっちまったのも、それを全部見下ろしながら勝手に何を思っていた。何もしてないなんてことはねえよな。何しろ俺が死ぬ時は周りは悪魔だらけなんだからよ。
何が言いたいのです。
Her voice is hoarse. I just took one step towards her and she's already like, this, huh? She sounds like she's dying of a fever. She can't afford to speak, but she interjects anyways.
別にあんたが低粛なシスターでないことは聞いてるんだ。非難してるわけじゃない。ただ事実を言ってるだけ。あんたはここからいつも殺される生贄を見て一人で盛り上がってたんだろ。
あなたは。
Her face, which had been pointed at the floor, turns to face mine. Is this shame or anger? The woman glares at me, red-faced, looking as if she's about to cry. Not Caren, I reach for her. No, not Caren. No, it is Caren, but we're close enough to touch already, but those robes are dampening my spirits a bit. They're just not very arousing, and more importantly, there's a nauseating stench of divinity about them. I'm beyond Caren at this point.
いえ、エミやシロ、あなたは本当に。
You're really gonna... The golden eyes show fear. After sacrificing herself to others a countless number of times, what has this woman to fear now?
適当にやりゃ気が済む。あんた分かりましたって言ったよな。
There's no objection. The woman does not oppose. That's also still not how consent works, but I mean, we're not exactly painting him in a great light at the moment. My face itches with irritation. I scrape hard at my cheekbones with my nails. Stare straight at the offering before me. First, I take hold of her arm, forcibly put the woman against my chest. So I'm curious if it's going to censor the H stuff in terms of it's just not going to show the pictures, or is it actually going to, like, do a roundabout story thing where when it's, like, what feels like it's about to happen?
今のあなただと私の体が。
Give in and murder me. Huh? I don't care about that right now. If you're going to kill me, then kill me. If I'm gonna die, then I'll die. I'm fine with it.
いいさ、来るもの拒まずなんだろ。俺も同じだよ。似た者同士、最後に相手をしてもらうぜ。
This is just sort of uncomfortable. It must be because we're so close. This is a great way to start the episode. I'm not sure what I expected to happen next, but I can feel her breathing go into disarray in an instant. Her legs kick the floor, I don't care, as if she'd ever overpower me. I put my strength in my arms and get closer to the beat. It's more grappling than embracing. Oh, I grab her struggling arms, hold her body in place, and bring my fangs to the nape of her pale neck with my fangs, with my sharp canine teeth. I pierce the white flower's throat. This feels like it's zoomed in to avoid itself. I bite into the woman's neck and feed directly off her soul. Without even consciously trying, I can feel the magical energy flowing in through the fangs biting her flesh. The feeling of her body in my arms isn't half bad either. Yeah, they both suit me just fine. Resistance and shame is mixed in with the woman's breathing. It's quite a girlish response, but that's not what I'm after. All I want is her magical energy, and that's the only reason. Is it? All I want is her to spare, and I want to break her for no reason. It's fine either way. It's time to feast upon the prey before my eyes. It's This feels like a lot of the things happening are just making me feel like I should talk about consent right now. Oh my goodness. I don't loosen my grip on her. I insert my fangs like a... Yes! Okay, so here's the censoring. I insert my, quote, fangs, end quote, like a red-hot blade to dissolve her from the inside. Oh my goodness. I make direct contact with her soul and forcefully make her supply me magical energy or simply plunder it. A normal human would be drained dry by this point, but just as I'd expect, she's gotten away with only labored breathing so far. Even though the agony she's experiencing is easily enough to kill her. Quite the self-sacrifice. Pain breathing, her throat twitches. Yes, her quote, throat, end quote, twitches. Unaffected, I toy the woman drainer. And quote, drain, end quote, her. Through the fangs applied to her... I endlessly drink her magical energy and take it into me. Physically, at least, to embrace. But there's nothing there, nothing. No, not love nor anything else. This feels like it's I could insert stuff that's sexual and it would make a lot of sense. At most, there is hunger and self-sacrifice. My functions to take in magical energy and her readiness to deliver it. I repeat what I just said. It is simply an act to expose this woman, a pact to force her into submission. I mean, what it sounds like this scene is becoming is, it's supposed to be they're having sex and he's basically in his mind just like, there's absolutely nothing emotional about this. It's just magical energy and sex and blah 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 blah. To a demon, a kiss is that kind of thing. Drag out her soul. Not to switch it out, but to stain completely. An act beginning with the desire to destroy that human being. In the case of a creature who knows only hate, I guess you could call it lust.
わかっていますね。私たちは触れ合えない。それでもあなたはこうして。
The woman stirs slightly, not in self-defense. Just getting close to her is dangerous. If we touch each other this much, the woman will be unable to hold back and might pierce my body clean through.
我慢しろ。盛りのついた猫じゃあるまいし。
I pop my fangs over her neck only slightly and speak. It's a waste of time. Mid-sentence, my fangs push against her porcelain skin, and I put my weight into my jaw and bite. It feels like this is going to be a lot of the same. Woman seems to be restraining her body with all her might. No effort to resist my act, or teeth in pain. My mind feels a violent emotion. All the human reasoning I managed to keep together until now is collapsing. Just as this woman holds back the effects of possession, I am stopping my mind from crumbling altogether. The woman's problem is simply her body. On my end, the issue is my troublesome heart. She's only concerned with the transfiguration of her body. The fact that the depths of her soul are being infringed doesn't seem to bother her at all. Yeah, she has a pretty sort of fucked up life, so... Like a woman being sacrificed, complying with all desires.
体が弾けるかいいさ我慢比べだどっちが先に壊れるかも面白い
Pisses me off that I'm the one to say it. My brain feels like it would crack at the hatred and impulse. If she says I can mess her up, I shall grant that wish. Nope. Trembling woman's voice gets louder. Perhaps enduring the pain of being ripped from the inside. Or maybe feeling the terror of being introduced from the outside. Being introduced? There's no point in guessing. Regardless of which it is, the agony will only intensify. If we are both normal human beings, I could give her some relief with my arms around her back, for instance, or my fingertips. If we are both normal human beings. We are different. I am different. When it comes to things that humans are capable of, I can create the illusion through the shell I wear, but that is all. Seems like her breasts are filled with passion. The woman's body's heating up. Normally, having this much magic energy siphoned away would be lethal, so maybe her body's showing some symptoms. The breathing that echoes in the stone room, so pain, even having no voice, please stop to the observer. She stops the plea, if you're in her throat, and gazes at at the sinner before her, as if to indicate. She's lived like this time and time again until now. Yeah, it feels like it's been implied many times that this is something that's happened before. Her eyes turn to me. Her hot breath is close and our gazes intermingle for a brief moment.
冷たい。
The more severe the pain becomes, the more strength the woman gains to refuse me. Under the surface, this power relationship is backwards. Someone only needs to stop trying to endure the suffering. Then I would probably be skewered as usual and she wouldn't be devoured any more than this. Yet she seems to endure the agony to the end. Caren does not refuse. As if praying, "You're the one who is suffering." Still White Flower sees to throw herself on the fires like a saint. I'm actually sort of happy I'm not having a sex scene here. Like, I can read between the lines, but this would be a lot more uncomfortable if I just wasn't, like, interpreting it as like, yeah, this probably was intended like that. I laugh. How can I not laugh? I put my strength into my snapping jaw and snake my tongue along her skin. This is the best way to check the flavor. I smell blood. I bite into her once again to make sure it hurts. I lessen the magic energy consumption process and dig my teeth in deeper on purpose. She grits her teeth, understands the pain, body and arm, thinking me, feels hot, it's gonna melt to me. How unbelievably warm. Though it should be no different from a dead body, this is almost like, you nasty woman. Like the flames of hell. I tremble from my core. This fine meat is fitting to be skewered. Oh my fuck. Oh my goodness. Subtle. I hold her tightly. I put my weight into my arms and holding the woman up so my fangs can sink in deeper. I care about the woman's body. My knife sharp canine teeth suck the magic energy from deep within her in one gulp. Though breathing heavily, she holds it back and speaks. But there's no reason for me to wait. You've already accepted it. If you don't like it, just let's go. You can kill me anytime. If it's unbearable, you should just hurry up and expose your body so you can relax. Sort of breathing. And a thin voice, like she couldn't bear it anymore. She's not too pleased with my fangs, apparently. Fire's lit. It just has the opposite effect. Stop calling him. As I said, I don't care. I just want this woman to think of anything else as pain. Is she calling him that in order to make him realize how he's been impacted? I don't know. Paying no heed, I divided magic energy from the nape of her neck. And denying spasm of muscle. Subtle. The woman arches sharply like a bow as if just having been shocked. I keep swallowing down the magical energy. Subtle. If the means is already there, all that's left is to keep on feeding. Not exactly the breathing required. I just pierce their overly soft defenses by force. I don't feel satisfied from the intake of magical energy. The feast begins now. Just now. Only an unpleasant stabbing sense of paralysis ran up the sides of my body. A stupefied voice. The woman's eyes meet mine in wonder. These eyes in which your image is reflected. What's that supposed to mean? Never heard of anything like a tainted demon being turned into ashes for devouring. Like a tainted demon being turned into ashes for devouring a holy woman. Huh? Oh, as in, are you alright? No, there's not like some inherent risk to me. That's what he's saying. Are you alright? That should be what I say when I'm done with you. I'm the one who can kill first, you know. I tell her this with my eyes. How long are you gonna keep acting scared? However it looks on the surface, you're still the one holding the reins here, not me. She answers my gaze aloud. Seems she means to tell me she won't allow herself to be possessed. No matter how strong her will may be, though, her body is gradually turning to that of a soft, flabby woman. The woman fears surrendering herself to her impulses. Probably because if her reasoning becomes weak, she'll be possessed in no time. She bears the pain in reaction to having her body violated to stop herself from killing me. Stupid talk. Just let yourself go until your mind becomes blank and end it already. Oh my goodness. Flesh of her limbs there quietly. There's no way she wouldn't be suffering. This much magical energy sucked out of her must seriously hurt. Pain voice every time I hear the sound, the massive mud swirling within me grows. It's frustrating. I don't know what is annoying me. I sink my teeth into the flesh, urged on by the ooze, and then, at that moment, an unbearable foreign impulse tears through. Fangs suck the magical energy from her neck. It's as if the magical energy is pure water flowing into my body, into my parched throat and body. Not bad. But her anguish cries grow deeper. My ears hear the woman's voice and the sound of flowing magical energy at this rate. What the hell? Bearable. Burst open sooner or later. Yeah, my bad. I accidentally. I want to kill. I want to break her to pieces. Irritated, I crush that thought.
そうだ。頭に来るのは。
This sensation. The face of the woman bearing this anguish. It could all end with a single thought. The woman was at her limit from the start. If I'm desiring her, she ought to just give. An act like this is nothing but pain. What purpose is there taking it in like this? That's what annoys me. However she reacts to it, however she reacts to it is all the same to me. I laid my hands on her for the purpose of consuming her to begin with. But the woman has no fear. She just takes it in. Her soft reaction differing from submission. Instead of closing up, she wraps around me. Okay, that one was subtle. Irritation becomes intense, and pain destroys the woman's and my limbs. I lose strength. Suddenly stop caring about everything, and my desire to pray and her magic energy halts to stand still. I loosen my hold on her ever so slightly. The magical energy in this woman's feverish, earnestly resisting body feels like it's of the utmost quality. If I leave something like this uneaten, I'll never be able to eat anything again for the rest of my life. I separate my fangs from her neck and pull my body up. Really, I feel like throwing up. As the urge left in my core continues to smolder, I try to keep the welling malice down, not having been satisfied one bit.
Emiya, Shiro, これで終わったのですか?
Hey guys, welcome to Metaphorical Rape Down. Yay! Man, that would have been a lot more uncomfortable if it just wasn't the implication. Oh my goodness. There's only relief. The woman's freed from her austerities and her ragged breasts begin to subside. That's fine. That's fine. So what am I doing? From the start, I only want to feed on this woman. I don't care about her pain or anything. The deed is now done. It should naturally have brought relief. So why?
よかった。なんとか。
Oh my goodness, we're 20 minutes in. Oh no. I endured is perhaps what she wants to say. The woman, while still unable to move her limbs, scans her surroundings. I don't get it. Looking around restlessly with her golden eyes.
あなたは大丈夫でしたか?
She says out of concern for my insignificant body.
なんだよそりゃ。
It's pretty much like a bolt of lightning. It's kind of irritation that felt as if it could cleanly split you from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Even while gritting my teeth, my chest is filled with the intense heat, putting me on the verge of vomiting.
だって気を使ってくれたから。
Oh my goodness.
私の体の痛みはあなたの体の痛みでもあります。私が憑依を抑えられたのもあなたがエミやシロとしての自分を。
The golden eyes look dimly in my direction. Those messed up eyes. Just like her limbs, they're wounded and losing their use. The reason the woman was frightened was it simply because she was unable to see my appearance. That is the true nature of the woman before my eyes. The dedication to throw herself onto the pyres. The love for humanity that makes her care for others even after being abused. A white flower, flesh, a brightly, wetly glistening slug. There's no part of this woman that is beautiful.
なあ、体の方はこの辺りで限界か？
My cheek is itchy. I scratch the cheekbone with my fingernails.
はい。これ以上は耐えられなかったと思いますから。あなたをここで貫いてしまわないで。
It's too late. She should have pierced through me before I noticed.
悪いな。本番はここからだ。さっきまでのはエミやシローとしての情欲でさ。
What? I break my nails along my cheekbone as to peel off skin. Rather than violating the rules, this is more like abandoning the game. Just for now, I shall deny all that I am. I swear to goodness, if this is actually going to continue, I'm going to be skipping a big portion of it. Being ghost, a demon makes the body fall into possessed state and begin to tremble. I mean, we get what the fuck's going on, yeah? He's mentally trying to turn it into a business like he's an animal. She doesn't give a shit about that element of it. He's basically denying his actual feelings for her actually being like a stable emotional support in this whole adventure for him. He's trying to turn it into something, and he's like repelling himself. All that fun stuff that... Why is it this long? There's no more pain, nothing at all. I pierce her with my fangs over and over. She must have reached her limit. Rather than reacting to being possessed, the woman responds solely to the sense of pain makes something else. Ooh, subtle. I swallow the mass magical energy with a gulp. The woman stiffens her body without to withstand all the sensations. I swallow and swallow. I can feel the fragments of her soul rushing through my body. How convenient. If it's a matter of one or two hands transforming, I'll just rip them off and swallow them right then and there. If her insides leap out from her abdomen, I'll stick my face there and devour it, keeping her human form. Body's on the brink of collapse, but even before the changes from the inside come, she's attacked by the fangs on the outside. I can't suppress it. It suppresses this mysterious impulse. But my mouth ready to devour, it's not just magical energy, but the flesh. Fascinatingly enough, being startled has brought me back to my senses. I realized it at the last moment. This counts for nothing. It was just supposed to be a whim, but I truly wanted this woman. It's not a sentiment I can share. Both of us are touching each other now, but our feelings differ. Let's become an interlocking sensation, one similar to love, but which cannot be the same. The woman's already at her limit. I'm already at my limit. Finally, my atrocious hunger for magical energy has seen the end. My fangs pierce her neck one round at a time during the final mouthful. It streams and spills the woman's last remaining magical energy. Her life itself begins to flow into me. But I pull away from the woman's body before I have a chance to swallow it. That's fine. This woman has a greater role to fulfill. I can't consume her here. Unclear what that technically would mean. Yeah, you're not calling me Emi Shiro anymore. It's all so foolish. I conveniently forgotten something that should have been realized at the start. Is there nothing you find beautiful? Of course. No matter what, I must not be captivated by anything. Because once I feel affection, I can do nothing more than kill. The temperature drops. Having fed, I hurried to rebuild my broken shell. Thankfully, I had not gone all the way, so repair should be complete soon. She seems to have avoided any fatal damage as well, and is looking at me with her usual sullenness.
一応言い訳として聞いておきますが。
Just in case what? It's metaphorical rape and we're half an hour into recording. And we're maybe done with it. I assume we're done with it. Feels like we're done with it.
一体どういうつもりだったのです？
別にただの気まぐれで他意はない。やることはやったし、あとはとっとと帰るだけだ。
That's one hell of a murderous intent. Sort of glare that would likely result in me being stabbed if there were any sharp objects nearby. Thus, it would be best to leave as quickly as possible.
ま、犬に噛まれたとでも思って諦めな。
No, yeah, that's it. That's it, definitely. Yeah, that's it.
どのみちこれで最後だ。もうこれ以上はあんたに関わらないから、手切れ金とでも思えばいい。
I'll leave the stone chamber. I retreat before having my true colors revealed any further.
待ちなさい。言い訳にもなってません。
Do I care?
質問を変えます。あなたはどうして止めたのです？私はあのまま食い尽くされると思ったのですが。
そんなことが？でも申し訳ない。前後不覚だったんで覚えてません。
最悪の回避法ですね。あなたに質問した私はあまりにも愚かでした。
That is true. The woman lets me pass, clearly not in the mood to ever see me again. Now then, before her mind changes and I get punished, so as to not run into her ever again, I depart.
あ、でもさ、そういうあんたの方こそどういうつもりだったんだ？
A simple question.
別に。
A quiet reply. I force my suddenly heavy legs to move and go towards the stairs. This is the end of our final chance meeting.
じゃあな。いい具合だったぜ、あんた。
Oh boy, subtle.
それはどうも。悔い改めなさい。けだもの。
Subtle. With that, the guidepost upon the earth disappears. No more will I, the regular visitor, appear here again. Okay, I mean, is that? It feels like that's supposed to be some emotional climax to part of his arc, at least. The fact that he can, love, and neither of them have a healthy enough life or mind or anything to actually express that in apparently a non-rapey way. Honestly, I'm not even sure she likes him that way. I think it's more he fell in love with her and she's, over compliance. Let's call it that. Okay, so I went to do something, as you can see. I currently am in a... Oh, what? There's a with someone with Ilya. That... Apparently I needed to do the other ones to actually get through this one. But, basically, you better read fast if you're curious. I can always come back and do these. I found that scene, viewer. So if I really want to do it one day... I was just going to have everyone in their swimsuits. Okay, well, you guys get to have a... Oh! It's not someone I actually expected to have a swimsuit. Do all this. Which one of them was it? I'm not sure. Oh no, both of them were there. Okay. Oh no, you don't get a swimsuit. Not at that age. Don't you dare. This I don't care about. I guess I don't need to show, like, little snippets of the other ones. Just for the sake of showing them. But, with that in mind... Well, with that one done, just to confirm... I already know there wasn't anything in the... Well, with that one done, to confirm, oh, why did I do that? I want to do next day. To confirm, I have just at least gotten everything, even if that means I skipped quite a few. I know the pool stuff was requested, but I am legitimately at a point that I'm okay with that. Maybe I'll come back to them if I really care and do the pool stuff. Because I do have a thing where I'm trying to make the third slot once I finish this and Xenoblade up properly. I want to move to a schedule where I have the third slot in my schedule to be whatever I feel like, which could be coming back to something like this. I don't know if there's a desire for it. I feel like at this point, more than just me has at least partially moved on and just waiting for the ending. So, yeah. But it doth appear at this point that we have reached everything here being doable, having been at least have the check mark applied to it. So, to the Black Holy Grail. The curtains fall, the buzzer signaling the end of the performance sounds, and the whole residence is sinking into a deep darkness. Into a sleep so deep none would revive and awaken before the 5th day. There won't be any more encounters.
その割にはあっさりしてるな。あ、考えてみればたった4日だし、愛着も湧かないか。
There isn't anyone to bid farewell to, nor is there any luggage to bring home. See ya, I wave my hand and retreat backstage. The date will change soon. On the night of the 4th day, the Black Moon comes to kill me as I stay behind. That's the foundation I'm going to destroy. The end of the wish, the completion of the puzzle. I move straight in to fill the last crevice from which the void is born. I continue on, stifling the screams. This is the tower that I will reach the hollow sky from. Since I already know what my true identity is, the path to return to where I belong should appear here. Well, I don't remember that being there before. On day 4, as the end of the performance begins, I finally arrive at the dance floor leading to the hollow sky. The moon darkens. The town overflows with corpses. The body welcomes the appointed time, and I start dissolving into a monster, neither myself nor myself. And there...
驚いた。
There is a shadow on the rooftop. A shadow with flowing silver hair, just like the other day.
ここまで来るなんて、サービス過剰なんじゃないか?
The one admonishing and guiding me is waiting.
過剰ではありません。4日目の夜にあなたと出会うのは私の習慣のようなものですから。
You didn't do it the last time I tried this. What the hell? A curt response without any hint of embarrassment, just like always.
そういやそうだったけど。じゃあ、今夜は何の用件で来たんだよ。
あなたのエスコートをしに参りました。どこまで行けるかわかりませんが、可能な限りご一緒しようかと。
You got a problem with that? That's the line between the lines. My mouth stretches into a grin. Damn it. If that's the case, then I can't help but get motivated myself.
やっぱりサービスしすぎだよあんた。そこまでする義理はないと思うんだけど。
迷惑 逆ですか？
逆。ありがたくって泣けてきた。見栄を張る相手がいなくてやばくってさ、誰でもいいから隣にいてくれると助かる。いや、地獄に仏ってのはいるんだな。
Facing the hollow sky, I step forward. The path towards the Holy Grail appears as if greeting its owner.
なあ、高いとこ。
怖くはありません。私は一度あの月から落ちてきましたから。
よし、ならちょっとそこまで付き合ってよ。俺一人じゃ足を踏み外しそうだ。
I turn around and extend my hand. Since I've gotten so excited about this, I'm able to keep holding myself together.
言われるまでもなく、私はあなたを導くためにこうして出会ったのですから。
Our hands are joined, our fingers entwined. The moment I take a step off the ground, I will revert to my old self. The show comes to a close. This is the last time I'll be able to be the main character. Miyama Town is overflowing with red lights. There's no time to stop and think. Behind the doors of a closed theater, the last roll of film is put on. Every step I take causes reality to fade away. Every step up causes time to accumulate and stagnate. If it was just minutes ago that I started the ascent, yet it seems to have started so long ago that I can no longer recall when or where it began. I'm fading away. At times, my creaking limbs feel as if they're going to give into my raging urges and fall apart. But I'm not the only one taking damage. The woman holding my hand grimaces in pain every time. She's a fine partner to show off, too.
どこまで続くんだこれ。
I continue climbing up the stairs while cursing, displaying humanity all the way. Come to think of it, Emi Shiro had a memory similar to this as well. Two people walking up the lone stairs together. I wonder when that happened. It's only been an hour, but I've completely forgotten about it. Is this when they were reaching the Holy Grail the first time? Or like when they were down there?
赤い光が止まっているわ。
I looked down at her urging. The monster's horde that descended upon the town has stopped, unable to enter Shinto. Miyama was awash with red. My remains rampaging in the sleeping town. I gazed at the repulsive sight for a while. Is it something to do with him? Or might there be people over there using the bridge as a way to stop them from crossing? I climb the stairs. The ground is far away and the sky is near. A dream given form, someone's wish. With every step, all the things that were sought after but never given became more distant. It feels like the story of a faraway land, now completely unrelated to me. I can agree with that to some extent. It now feels, all the stuff happening now does indeed feel very distant and much less personal, in a sense. How many times did I walk along those streets? How many times did I reflect upon the ordinary? There's no place which I don't know. There's nothing I didn't experience. With every turn, the not yet known blank piece of paper at the start had always been slowly filling up. And the more it is filled, the dimmer its light became. The more I fall in love with everyday routine, the more I look forward to every new day, the more I lose this glimmer. I knew from the start that it was an inevitable consequence. I had more than plenty of fun. I do not need anything new to happen. No matter if they are always the same 4 days, I can keep up the contract to continue repeating them forever. And yet I kept on doing completely unnecessary things. Why? It couldn't have been just the influence of the personality I've assumed. I'm probably tired of this. That's all. I just felt like ending it because I'm simply tired of it all. It has to be that. Or else, I might just feel like throwing everything away. My silhouette distorts. I almost miss a step.
大丈夫。あなたは我慢できる人でしょう。
Her tightly grasping fingers deny it vehemently.
そうだな。終わることと続かないことは違う。ここにいたらいつまでも続きがない。
Soon enough, the nothingness will just be within an arm's reach. Soon enough, my now tightly clenched fingers will be grasping nothing but thin air. The earth is now veiled in clouds, and I walk towards the stars.
ねえ、何のためにこの願いを終わらせるの？
Muffled by the wind, I suddenly hear her voice. What for? I don't remember anymore. But I do remember what I wanted above all. To see the end of this road. To release the woman who had been fiercely protecting the Holy Grail in this black cocoon.
彼女はあなたを殺そうとしているのに。どうしてあなたは彼女にこだわるのです？
Why? No reason. I force myself on a woman out of anger and lust. Yet she is the one I care for, out of a longing and affection.
意外ね。あなたは人間嫌いだと思っていたわ。
Of course I do. I detest them in much the same way that many people feel anxious in the company of their own brethren. But, in order to hate humans means there needs to be a capacity to love them, right? The existence of hate can only truly exist if it has a contrast to make it truly a concept that can exist. This wicked malice was born from the righteousness that rejects weakness. For as long as I am worshipped as an antagonist, I will continue to fulfill this function. And it will remain that way for all of eternity. Evil is not born, it is created. Certainly, weak people do exist, but the weak are abundant in any ecosystem, any species. The weakness of a single soul has hardly any impact on nature as a whole. The very system that man is brought up in, both its greatest strength and weakness, is in itself evil. Human emotion that leads astray and gives them fire. No special being to guide them. Many apathetic souls will veer off the right path. Lives which celebrate nothing but existence. They affirm the prosperity by bringing out a god and cleansing their own malice. All the evil in the world. What a joke. That is nothing but another term for a human. I'm born from humanity. As long as you are human, you'll be able to reproduce any kind of evil. Repugnant individuals, repugnant society, repugnant ideas. There is no excuse. Living beings should not be able to regard their brethren as evil in the first place. But...
それでも命には価値がある。悪をなす生き物でも人間に価値がなくても今まで積み上げてきた歴史には意味がある。いつまでも間違えたままでもその手で何かができる以上必ず救えるものがあるだろう。
Like a journey to the stars. Aiming for the distant sky and climbing up a long stairway.
前から思っていたけど。
A faint sigh of relief. Her lips parted.
あなた、ロックスターみたい。
That's awfully specific. She sings those words like a song. I don't understand the metaphor, but being compared to a star can't possibly be bad. They certainly do exist, but my hands will never reach them. They were one of the few shining things I was able to see. The sky is near. The world of humanity will soon be over. Only those that belong there in the first place will be able to proceed further. There's no need for words. Just as it happened to me the moment I left the ground, her body too is slowly disappearing, as if announcing the coming of the finale. I search within myself to see if there's anything else left unsaid. I can't come up with any witty remarks, but I do recall something I forgot to tell her.
俺、あんたの父親のことを知ってるかもしれない。
そう、別にいいです。分かりきったことだもの。
A sure and quick reply. Do we care? Has that been relevant in any conversation? Has she ever shown any real desire to know that in any capacity? Have I shown any real desire to know that in any capacity? If she says so, then that's that. Our conversation finally ends. Nothing but the sound of the wind remains. I do not stop, nor do I avert my gaze from the sky. I can barely feel the hand that I've been clasping all this time. The moment we grip each other's hands to strengthen this vague feeling of touch is the moment we realize we are both illusions, I'm sure. I was aware of being an illusion from the start, a being that did not exist in this city. Though these 4 days were mere fiction for the others, they will remain. Only our rendezvous will vanish into thin air. No matter how real this girl is, because in the correct reality, we never met even once.
少し未練だ。
I worked hard not to, yet I still ended up being attached to one thing. Come to think of it, the moments I spent being myself were only with this girl. Having those moments disappear is a little painful.
まあ、それも終わることだ。よし。それじゃあこの辺で。
I can only feel the pinky finger now, and it is already semi-transparent. The girl stops and I go on ahead. Our connection breaks off easily, as if it never existed in the first place.
じゃあな。俺がいなくなったらまた会ってやってくれ。
Not for my sake. For the sake of this memory that did not exist. That had no meaning whatsoever.
戻った後の行動は保証できません。任務が終わり次第、早々に帰国したいとは言い切れませんから。
As if. This person, one who loves making fun of idiots with emotional scars, has no reason to go back quietly with such a treat in front of her.
あんたにとってこの4日間はどうだった？
私ですか？そうですね。
Then there's no problem. If she could think this way here, then the real her on the outside should think the same as well. At her words, well, my shameful attachment lessens just a little.
そうだな。あの新規臭い教会でもバカみたいに騒々しい家でも構わない。また会おうぜ、カレン。そん時はご要望通り少しは紳士的になってるからさ。
Because this foul-mouthed demon won't be possessing me again. The presence behind me disappears.
さようなら、アンリマユ。あなたを払うのは特別に見逃して差し上げます。
What little warmth remains is soon swept away by the wind. I'm gonna have to turn back to know that the white flower is gone. It was a big lie to say that my attachment lessened. This weight will never become any lighter. I can see the last stop. The thread of salvation that flowed to earth is gradually breaking. On the land far below, I wonder if the dead, kept in check by the guardians, are watching my ascent to the sky. Just like that time long ago when I looked at the stars on the top of a mountain, looking at the fading brilliance with envy and resentment in my heart.